Hello, gang. Welcome back to Monday Market Talk with Isaiah Porter and the team at Foundations Investment Advisors.
Tuesday due to Labor Day.
Tuesday,
Market
due to
closed
Labor Day.
yesterday.
Yep, so good correction there is. Thanks for catching me on that.
Yep.
So you and the team at Foundations and Darren Levitt, the CFA there, who puts out market commentary. We're going to talk through another week's really a slow week from a week
Yep.
in review.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, what's
Too
going
crazy.
on?
Nothing much. NVIDIA had its earnings report. The S&P 500 posted its fourth straight monthly gain. Other than that, just a lot more Fed talk.
Okay.
Really kind of a, I hate to say slow week, but more of a just regular week in the market. I expect a little bit more activity out of the NVIDIA earnings report, especially that it's driving about 8.1%. It's making up about 8.1% of the total S&P 500 with its market valuation. I think it's at $4.4 trillion right now.
Okay.
And most of the analysts are expecting that their market price. They're setting the price. Our analyst target price is about $203 a share. Last time we closed on Friday, I think it was $181 a share.
So we got some room there.
That's a $20 jump.
Yeah.
A $22 jump, to be exact. So.
Wow. Well, NVIDIA's kind of driving the market, I guess you could say then, huh?
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
A little bit, yeah, I would say. But nothing too crazy right now. As we speak, I know this is this week, and we'll get into this next week after this week's in the rear view. But the markets have reacted to a little bit of tariffs, I think. I think technology, that sector.
Yeah, Best Buy came out and had some.
Best Buy reacted, and Caterpillar as well. It's crazy to see how these sectors that are driving the market right now, have been driving the market for the entire year, are reacting to tariffs.
Yeah.
Just solely based on global trade.
What about Apple?
Apple is going to update soon. They're going to have their iPhone 17 coming out. They're going to unveil that.
What else can you do to an iPhone?
I have no idea what they're going to do. I mean, is it going to talk for me? Is it going to trade for me? I don't know. Something new. I mean, they're just going to update the camera probably with a little bit faster processor inside.
I don't even know how to use the camera I have.
But
I still take the blurriest pictures.
Yeah. Speaking of Apple, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of hard for me to put into words how they talked to Trump. Trump basically wanted them to start building and servicing product here in America. And they said they were going to invest. I forget the exact number. I'll go back and send it in an email. And the exact number of how much they're reinvesting in, quote unquote, building their technology in America. But I want to know how much of that was baked in already with company production that they're already doing in America. Just basically going around and finding the cost that they're doing here and baking it into what they're saying they're investing in America.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, and if those were kind of prefabricated. There was some news you had talked about last week with the Fed, and then right after we did our market talk, the Fed Governor Lisa Cook fired.
Yep.
So Trump's not playing around with the Fed governors. He really wants to push the Trump administration policies through and kind of push that on the market.
Trump's definitely playing hardball with the Feds. He wants them to kind of do what he says. So again, the market's reacting in the sense of, is the Fed really independent? Are they acting independent, or is it really politically driven by whatever administration's in the office?
Which the outcome was, we had some stronger than expected GDP, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Stronger than expected GDP. Again, Fed Chairman Powell stuck to his guns this week.
Because inflation stayed in line?
He said the risk has shifted to the job market.
Okay.
So they're looking at the labor force, looking at the numbers of unemployment, making sure that the risk has actually shifted over to the job market and not just hearsay. So that's really going to be what drives if they make the final decision to cut rates in September.
And our market's concerned that maybe there won't be the independence that once was in the Fed Reserve. If Trump gets his way, it really is going to be administration-based policies
Yeah.
at the Fed.
So yeah, you're seeing a lot of that in the market where people are saying that, and even Darren, the CFA at Foundations, is saying there's a little bit of speculation that the Fed's not acting independent. It's really, like you said, really based on whatever administration's in office pushing their policy. Just because they can push weight around and be like, hey, I appointed you this position, I can get you out in a roundabout way. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a little bit of pushing and shoving. So pay attention to that.
So the overall markets are kind of doing what? As of today, in the production of this market commentary, the markets are off considerably.
Yeah. So the market today, market's down. But if you look at the overall market from where we were 3-4 weeks ago, we're still up. Solid earnings across multiple sectors and a relatively strong GDP. Just because people are hoping for that rate cut.
In our client portfolios in our firm, are they still outpacing the market, even though the market's down?
Yeah, so the last few client reviews I had, our portfolios are outperforming the S&P, and some of them are actually taking less risk than the overall market, just based off of the positions we have inside of our portfolios, or driving something a little bit more what's called alpha. So basically, you have alpha and beta. A beta of 1 is correlated to whatever benchmark you're using. So whatever that benchmark may be, is if it's a 60-40 benchmark, and usually when you look at...
And when you say 60-40, what do you mean by that?
So that's a split. A 60-40 split is 60% equities, 40% you can say U.S. Treasuries, bonds, alternatives, fixed investments. But if you talk to any typical investment advisor, like if you go to Charles Schwab and they show you a benchmark of a 60-40, what you're going to see is that 60% is really going to be like a SPY ETF that's tracking the S&P 500, and that 40% is going to be U.S. Treasuries.
Okay.
So beta is really just following an underlying benchmark, and if you have a beta of 1, that means it's perfectly correlated. So that SPY ETF that's tracking the S&P 500 has a beta of 1, so it's perfectly correlated. So goes the S&P 500, so goes the SPY ETF. And alpha is anything that outperforms said benchmark. So if you have a positive alpha, you're outperforming said benchmark. So if you have SPY, or the S&P 500 of your benchmark, and you have an alpha of 1.15%, you're outperforming that benchmark by 15 basis points. So it's pretty interesting, and a lot of the positions that my team and I have selected, and most of the models that I've selected for our clients, go for alpha. That's what we're looking for. Everybody, I mean, every advisor ever wants to chase alpha. That is their whole job. But we've done pretty well this year. I'm excited about it, but it's really up to the client's objective, what they want, and what they want to get out of their investment.
Which comes back to the overall process of what we teach our clients in our firm. It can't just be purely equities, purely investment advice alone.
And again, average returns can lie to you if you look at average returns. So you want to look at your yield as well as what your return is for the year.
So look at some of the other content we've created. Come to some of our workshops where you can hear more about the process-oriented approach to wealth creation versus just picking a product, picking the right equity position, picking the right, bond or alternative position. It's really process over product is what we preach day in and day out to our clients. Hey, if you're enjoying the market commentary with us, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and give us some feedback. And as always, we appreciate you, and we appreciate the trust and commitment that you put in our entire team.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys have any questions, any of our clients out there that want to go over their account, how it's invested, what it's doing, just give me a call. I'd be happy to set that up with you, as well as any new people. If you want to figure out what your accounts are doing, just give us a call, and I'd be happy to compare and contrast of what's going on and where I think we can make it better for you. Like they always say, you can't get a second opinion from the first person that gave it to you.
There you go. Love it. All right. Thanks, Iz.
Yep.
See you, folks. Love you.
See you.
Take care.